What's something you consider always overpriced, no matter how much money you make? My wife and I are both lawyers. We make a lot of money, and I still think a $10 bottle of wine is expensive. I grew up poor, and my mom always bought the cheapest wine possible. I remember her saying, if it's more than $5, it's too expensive. So I always thought wine was supposed to be cheap. When I got my first job, I went to buy a bottle of wine for a date. I was shocked to see most of them were over $10. I thought, who would pay that much for wine? I ended up buying a $6 bottle, and my date loved it. She said it was the best wine she'd ever had. I thought, wow, I must have good taste. Years later, I was at a fancy restaurant with my wife. The waiter recommended a bottle of wine for $150. I almost choked. I told him, no thank you, we'll have the house wine. My wife looked at me funny, but she didn't say anything. After we left, she asked me why I didn't want the expensive wine. I told her, I grew up thinking wine was supposed to be cheap. I can't bring myself to pay that much for it. She laughed and said, I love you, but you need to get over that. We ended up buying the $150 bottle, and it tasted just like the $6 one.